Hi, welcome to White Glove Geography. Today we're going to look at the Changing Economic World section of the AQA Geography course. Our NE country is Brazil, and specifically the 6 and 9 mark questions connected with that. We're thinking about the role of transnational corporations or TNCs in relation to industrial development, the advantages and the disadvantages of TNCs. This section covers the 3 or 4 next slides, so if you haven't got the booklet or haven't got the information, pause on this first slide here and familiarise yourself with the information. Here's the second slide. Again, pause here. This talks about JLR as our example of a TNC. Here's the next slide. Pause here to find out about the positives and negatives of TNCs. And the final slide, something called the positive multiplier effect. Pause here to find more about the positive multiplier effect. So here's the exam questions. Explain why TNCs are important in helping a country to develop its manufacturing industry. And the next question, to what extent do you think that the advantages of transnational corporations or TNCs outweigh the disadvantages? You should refer to an LIC or NE case study. So we saw our first question was an explain command word. Here we've got the structure strip and also the support on the right hand side. Pause here if you need some more support with explain. The assessment objectives, AOs, so AO1, AO2, AO3, AO1, knowing a good geography, stuff, data, geography words, place names, examples, so such as. AO2, understand the stuff, so you can explain it using words like this means that, this results in, a knock-on effect of this is, or due to. AO3, so you understand, can make a decision about this stuff, which is using words like significant, effective, successful and important. Those are definitely going to be included in your conclusion, and also put them in your PL paragraphs as well. If you struggle with the extended command words, use the multi-tool structure. We can see here the multi-tool structure is based on evaluate. Introduce your work in the beige box in the center, give some positives, give some negatives, and make a final decision in your conclusion. You'll be absolutely fine using this. You won't get full marks, but it'll get you a good way towards it. Here's the example again, or the question again. So explain why TNCs are important in helping a country to develop its manufacturing industry. So explain, give reasons. TNCs, so include an understanding of this in your work somewhere, and don't just write TNCs straight off. Write transnational corporations, then in brackets write TNCs. From there on, you can then write TNCs, because you need to show the examiner you know what that means. Why are they important? You've got to make a decision. That's an AO3 word. The country. So the country is an NE country, which is Brazil, the one that we're studying. And it's manufacturing industry. So a geographical term such as secondary industry. And it's car manufacturing that we're looking at, the JLR car factory near to Rio de Janeiro. Here's your structure. Introduction, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, and your conclusion. Pause here. I'm not going to read through all that, but pause there. That is probably the most important bit of advice today. Structure your work like that. Here's a possible answer. Yours might look a little bit different, and that's absolutely fine, so long as you've got the same structure and your AOs. Transnational companies or corporations, TNCs, such as Jaguar Land Rover, JLR, are important in developing manufacturing or secondary industry in NEs such as Brazil. The JLR £240 million investment in the car plant near to Rio resulted in technologically advanced production techniques and increased use of advanced technology. This is significant as it results in a skilled workforce in the area. Also, at least 40% of the components come from local supply chain companies. This results in increased manufacturing capacity. In conclusion, TNCs such as JLR have successfully increased the development of manufacturing in Brazil through high levels of investment. This will be significant in the long term due to the positive multiplier effect, where more manufacturing industries will be attracted to the area. In terms of your marks, level 1, level 2 and level 3. Level 1 is basic, level 2 is clear, and level 3 is a detailed understanding. You'd be thinking about reading it in the textbook, that kind of quality. Here you've got the AO1s, AO2s, AO3s identified in your work. And here you've got the breakdown of the paragraphs. Introduction, first peel paragraph, second peel paragraph, and conclusion. Your next question is a to what extent question. So you're going to make a decision. You're going to use the number line on the left hand side there. So make a decision. Don't go for 0, 1 or 2 on the left hand side where you disagree, and don't go for 8, 9 or 10 on the right hand side where you agree. Go for somewhere in the middle. The exam board puts these questions in because they want you to get to that grey area in the middle. There's some positives, there's some negatives. It depends what your points of view are, and either side is actually fine so long as you back it up with information and data. Your structure is on the right hand side. Pause here if you want to look at those some more. The assessment objectives, we've already covered those today, so I'm not going to spend any time on this now. To what extent do you think that the advantages of transnational corporations or TNCs outweigh the disadvantages? You should refer to an LIC or NE case study. So we're thinking about looking at the positives, looking at the negatives, make a judgment. Definitely use the word extent in your answer, and also probably a percentage in the first paragraph, your first sentence. The advantages, what are the good things about TNCs? The disadvantages, what are the bad things about TNCs? Do they outweigh each other? Are the good things better than the bad things? You should refer to a TNC. Ours is JLR, Jaguar Land Rover. You should refer to a country. Ours is Brazil, and it's located near to the city of Rio de Janeiro. If you struggle with to what extent, feel free to use the multi-tool structure. The multi-tool structure here, we've got the beige box in the center, so we've got the introduction, peel positives, peel negatives, make a final decision. This will be absolutely fine. It might not get you full marks, but you'll get a good way towards it. There's your structure. So the introduction, paragraph 1, first key point supporting your decision. Paragraph 2, again, you could support your decision here, or you could give the other side. And paragraph 3, that's the one where it's going to land one side or the other. Do you support, do you disagree? And most importantly, your conclusion. This is the kind of space you'll get to answer the question, so maybe about 10 lines, so not a lot of room. To a large extent, 75% TNC, such as JLR factory near to Rio in Brazil, has more advantages than disadvantages. The large investment of £240 million in technological advanced production lines, which is significant in keeping the cost down and also creating a quality product. Also, the social and education impacts are important. 300 skilled jobs were created, and the Educational Business Partnership has reached 12,000 local children, resulting in raising aspirations and training a future workforce. However, as JLR is foreign owned, profits go abroad and key decisions are made at the HQ in the UK, which results in less job security. In conclusion, the short-term social and economic impacts, which result in a positive multiplier effect, are more significant than the risks of being foreign owned. So here's the marks here. Level 1 is basic, level 2 is clear, and level 3 it should say detailed there. Here's the AOs identified for you. So AO1, AO2, AO3. Lots of AO1s throughout the work there. Lots of AO2s resulting in, and also a couple of AO3s. One definitely in the conclusion, that's a must, and also a nice one at the beginning as well, because that is a mini conclusion. And there's the structure. The introduction, first positive peel paragraph, second positive peel paragraph, the negative, the other side of the argument, and then weigh it up in your conclusion.